So it's actually been a while since I actually last made a video, about a week now. I've been meaning to do one sooner, but been a little bit busy. But anyway, I have a lot to go over. I don't know if anyone has noticed yet, but as you can see, the textures, I installed a new texture pack. It's what was it again? Let me just check real quick here. It is Faithful. It's a pretty good texture pack. It remains true to the original textures, hence the name Faithful. So, in today's episode, we're going to be working on a cow farm. However, before that, let me go over a few things I've been working on. Some things kind of interesting. I don't know if you've noticed, but my level has dropped significantly. That has to do with some technical difficulties while I was working on a small little project, which I ended up not needing anyway, but let me go over a few things. You may notice I'm missing 2 item signs here. Actually, while I was working on that project that I was just talking about, these 8 signs here just randomly disappeared for no reason, as well as this door over here. I don't know why it disappeared, but it did, and I had to replace all that stuff. So, I put my bed in here, so that's going to be in there for now. So, I actually made a portal to the Nether to collect some materials, because I needed to collect some materials for the cow farm. And I didn't really do much inside the Nether besides collect materials and then leave. I haven't explored it yet or anything, but here's the portal room that I decided to make. It's not half bad. I like it. I'm gonna actually do more of the hallway here, of course, but I will eventually get to that. All these little changes, such as over here, as you can see, I've been working more on this side. All these changes will come eventually. I'm just doing them little by little each episode. There'll be more of it done. So yeah. Now you may have noticed the signs over here. This is pretty much my to-do list. So basically we have a cow farm, slime farm, wheat farm, chicken farm, a village spawner, trading hall, iron golem farm, witch farm, explore the Nether, cobble farm, kill dragon, enderman farm, mob farm, skeleton farm. But yeah, basically it's a pretty long to-do list. There's probably even more that I could add to that list, but what I'm going to do is I'll complete some of these, I'll take it off the list, and maybe add another one onto the list. I have all my Nether material in this chest. So basically, if you noticed in here, I have a whole bunch of materials, and this is going to be for the cow farm. I am running currently out of wood, so before we actually work on the cow farm, we're gonna have to make a tree farm. I'm not going to be using this as my tree farm anymore. We're going to make a better tree farm. So the plans that I have for today is the cows up there. That area is going to turn into the tree farm, and in here, which I have to clear out, will be the cow farm. And let me just clarify, the cow farm that I had originally created in creative mode, I actually changed a lot. Even though the first one was pretty decent, I came up with an even better design. And it works wonderfully, so I can't wait until we start building that. But before that, let me show you that other project I was telling you about that sort of killed me. So, originally that cow farm needed sticky pistons, which the new one still does, but not as many as the first one did. So I actually ended up having to make a slime farm down here. Now, I also have another slime chunk on the other side over this way. Let me go to sleep real quick before monsters start coming after me. It's the last thing I need. I've already died too many times as it is. Okay, so let me just go ahead and show you the slime farm I was doing. It spawns quite a lot of slimes. It's not even completely done either. But basically it's going to eventually be to the point where I'll never have to go down there again. I'm going to build, since there's a spawn chunk down there and a spawn chunk down somewhere around over here too, I'm going to link them up and they'll have an item elevator that's going to essentially bring all the slime balls up to my base rather than me having to go down there like I have to do now. But that's for obviously another video. But here, let's go and show you pretty much what it is. It's a pretty simple design. I didn't do it on video because I plan to do a bigger version, well, with the other side that I'm mentioning. So, basically, slime spawn up in here, and pretty much get killed by the lava here. Well, not killed. They turn into the small slimes and then fall down in there, which leads them to a path this way, and they end up going up a ladder and killing themselves. So, and they pretty much spawn down in here. Yep, and quite a lot of slime balls, but I currently have enough at the base, so, and this is pretty much where the nether portal is right here. I'm going to eventually have to make a hub and all that fun stuff. Yep. And as you can see, that links up right to my base. Okay. So, the first thing we need to do is we need a tree farm. Something that I can actually get a lot of wood planks from, stumps, and so we're going to clear that area out. I'm just gonna kill all the cows because or maybe I won't kill the cows. Maybe I'll lead them somewhere else for now, to a different area, and box them off. Should I just kill them? Yeah, I'm just gonna kill him. And well, guys, I'm gonna clear out this area, so I shall return. Alright, so I finished up the tree farm, and I will show you that in a second. I actually have a chest here full of all my drops from the trees, which has a little waterway that brings the items that dropped from the trees up here. So as you can see, basically the trees will grow, and I just take all the wood, all the drops go into the water here, and drop down in that hole right there. Fairly simple. Nothing really too special. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to actually harvest as much wood as I could possibly get, because the cow farm is going to require a lot of wood, so I will start doing it. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to have plenty of wood. So, I think I should start clearing out as much as I can over here and get ready to start building the cow farm. I'm also going to have to craft all the materials I'm going to need. So yeah, let's see. Yep, going to have to clear a lot of this out. Let the fun begin. Alright, and I finished. So let me just go and show you all the dug out area. I come down over here. As you can see, I dug out a lot of space. I don't know if all of this space is going to be used for the cow farm. I might actually, well, I can guarantee probably at the very least, maybe 2/3 of this will be used for the cow farm. Maybe I'll add a few other things in there, maybe a small wheat farm to make wheat on the spot. Which should be a pretty good idea. Yep, and then I did a few other things out over here. I added this wall. As you can see, it's changed some of the plants, added some vines. I added a little lily pad up there. Added some vines up here. Some flowers. And I still gotta make this wall going on this side over here. And all around over here too. But yep, that's what I'm planning on for it to look like. Sort of like, I guess you could say ruins. Almost like. As you can see, I made it look like as if it's broken at the top there. So, I'm gonna start doing the beginnings of the cow farm. And when I have enough to show, I will show you what I have gotten done. Probably I'll do all the bottom portion down here, and then show you exactly how it's going to work, and then finish the top. And then after that I'll have to do all the redstone, which I'm not sure I'm going to actually show on video. I do plan to make a tutorial on how to build this cow farm in case anyone is interested. I will probably make the tutorial when I see the demand for it is high. I mean, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so let me get started here. Alright, so I believe this should be enough to show you guys exactly what I'm going to do. I actually made this design a heck of a lot bigger than I originally planned, but I figured it's going to make one heck of an epic cow farm, so it should be pretty awesome. Basically, it's going to be the adult cows are going to be lined up, and when you breed them, all the babies will fall down. Pretty simple, and they'll just go this way, fall down in here, and get pushed in here. And essentially what that pretty much does is this whole entire row over here is actually empty with one block high. So basically when the babies grow up, they will die due to suffocation, and they will go into the hoppers. Now, some of the redstone I have down here, which I'm going to show you, basically what we have down here is the meat and the leather will come in here, and this down here will actually sort out all the meat. and the leather will stay up here, which will eventually go down and meet back up with the whole entire process and end up back up there in the chest. But basically, so the meat comes down in here and will fill up this chest here. Now you'll probably be wondering, why is it a double chest? But the reason why it's a double chest is because, as you notice, I have 2 hoppers on the bottom here. And what this essentially does is, basically, if you stick a stack inside the chest, it will split up the stack between the 2 hoppers. Now, all the other torches that you see is due to a little issue I ran into when I was first designing this. And that is, it has to be a stack that goes into the chest. Which pretty much means that when the items come through the hoppers, they go in one at a time and then go right through into a single hopper instead of getting split. So you end up with all the items in one chest. Well, I mean, one hopper afterwards. So it kind of defeats the purpose. Now you may be wondering, why am I splitting the items? Well, that's because I want to be able to control whether or not the meat gets cooked or uncooked, or I can have both on at the same time and split it in equal amounts. So the way I corrected the issue with it going in one at a time is essentially I have these 2 torches here linked to this timer. Pretty much this clock, what it does is these items will be, when this torch goes off here, like if I put items in here, let's just put some sticks in here. As you can see, this will turn on, which will turn off this torch and cause the cobblestone to switch to another hopper over here. And essentially, when that hopper gets full, this piston will switch over to this side and turn these torches off, which will allow the sticks to pass through. So let me just show you. Okay, so now what's happening is, oh, that's right, I forgot that I also have these torches down here, but let's just remove them for now. Okay. And essentially what you have here is, it didn't split evenly because I removed the torches separately, but as you can see, they got split up rather than just going into a single hopper. So, and that's what that does, and that's how I corrected for it. And basically when all the items are done, it pretty much turns this torch back on, and it just waits for more items to come through. Now, basically what that does, why there's a timer, is so when the first item comes in, these are still off, so none of the items are going to leave, so you'll end up with stacks rather than single items. Now what the torches down here were for, which I gotta put back, are, as you can see, there's redstone here and redstone here. They are going to be attached to some levers up at the top when that portion is finished, that you'll be able to turn either one on or off. Basically, one is going to be leading into a furnace to cook the meat, and one is going to be leading back to where the rest of the items go and end up back up there. And once the meat is cooked, it'll also end up back with the rest of the items and end up in the same chest along with everything else. Now, what this, like I said, the switches, you can turn off cooking the meat and only get raw meat, or you can turn off both and not get any meat at all and decide later on whether you want cooked or raw. Or you could decide to have both on and it'll split them evenly, or you could decide you just want cooked meat and you could switch this at any time that you feel it's necessary. So that's pretty much what this system does. Now originally I used mine carts to move the items, and I'm thinking about using item elevators or something like that. I'm not sure. It depends on the resource amount. We will see. Depends on whichever is easier for me. I know the minecarts are pretty easy, so I might still go with that. So, that's pretty much, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I can't think of anything else that I need to explain. I don't want to actually do the redstone in front of you guys because, well, it's probably going to be really boring. So, I'm going to get back to building, and I will try to finish a bit and come back to you guys and show you what I've got so far. Now, one last thing. You all may be wondering, why are you using cobblestone, and also why is it above the pathway? It's going to be up here. Well, that's because I'm going to be planning to make stairs that lead up to the actual room, the actual cow farm, and then there's going to be a door with stairs down this way to get into all the redstone access area. And then in the back over here, which is going to be blocked off slightly, I'm going to essentially have a miniature wheat farm for your convenience. Well, my convenience, to be technical. But there's going to be a little miniature wheat farm in here on this side. It's just for in-case purposes. In case I don't have any wheat, there'll always be wheat available right inside, at least in small quantities. And I suppose that's pretty much it, so I'm going to get back to working on this. Alright, so we've returned, and then let me show you what I have done. I have made a pathway and some stairs. I still gotta do the hallway, as well as the hallways around the entire building. I'll get to that eventually, but here is what I've currently done so far. Not too shabby, I'd say. Currently working on getting the cows in all these trenches. It's gonna be a pretty big cow farm. I mean, really big. I have switches here. I haven't connected them yet, but as you can see, this is how it's going to work. If I want cooked meat on or off, this would be off, and this would be on, and the same thing goes for this side. Raw on and off. And basically, this is where I'm going to put all my coal, where it will go down into the furnace, and I'm going to have a light right here that will, of course, turn off when basically I don't have any backup fuel and I'm going to need to refuel soon. And this is where all of my leather and meat will appear. So I have myself a little wheat farm here, and that will do it. I mean, I also have a little access so that you can come down here and work on this. I'm gonna have to eventually block this off once everything is done. Otherwise, baby cows will probably be able to jump over, and I don't want that happening. I might fill it even with glass within at least this area so that baby cows can't jump over. Also, as you can see, all the dirt, well, not this dirt here, that's for the wheat farm, but dirt in here, I'll have to break away once, ouch, once I am finished breeding the cows in there, so that way I can start making this system work. This is exactly the same. I haven't done anything down here yet, so definitely will have to get started doing that. Let's see. Let's breed some more cows. How much wheat do I currently have here? 8. That should be enough for in here. Those two are pretty full, so I'll just keep them. So they will keep filling up, and yeah, I will actually start working on the rest of the redstone, so by the time I get back to show you, it should be completed. It's weird, I'm getting a little flickering on the vines. Oh, that was strange. But yeah, it will be completed the next time I show you. Besides the hallway, I'll definitely have to work on that. I may work on that off camera at some point. As I said, I'll be doing a lot of off-camera work around the base, just adding little things here and there. Yeah, so let me get started and doing the rest of the redstone and hooking up the carts and all that good stuff and bringing the rest of the cows. See you soon. Alright, so we are done with the cow farm for the most part. I have all the kennels full. Let's see how many cows we have in here. About how many cows. It is, say 100. Maybe it is exactly 103. Now let's go over here and show you panels that we have here. I'm gonna do a test of it with both on, and then once I get everything in here, which I'm going to take these out, so we're going to start with a 0. Anyway, what this is going to do is this will show you that it will split whatever I get half and half of raw and then cooked, and then I'll turn the cooked off and I'll artificially put some raw meat down in there, and you'll see it come back up here just as raw, and then I'll turn off raw and turn on cooked, and then throw that in there, and you'll see that it'll just come up as cooked, just to show you that these switches do in fact work. I've had a little bit of issue with the light because I was building it too close and it was interacting, the redstone was interacting with other redstone, and I had to do it a different method. It will work, however it's more reliable when you're not currently using the cow farm, meaning like right now this light is on because there is fuel in there. When the light goes off, it means you would need to refuel. But in the process of doing the cows, this light could be on without there being any fuel at all. However, this is not likely to happen since it's going to be in small quantities, and I have the redstone set up so it takes quite a large amount for the light to go on. So, anyway, let me just go ahead and show you down here. It has a lot of carts, well, 2 carts. Basically, this one in here is to deliver the items, and this one here is to deliver the coal. I'm thinking about actually using a different system because I noticed if you go too far out of the way, sometimes the carts stop moving if you leave the chunk. So, and then over here is where all the cows are. Baby's cows will go here. So I just left this open just in case I ever need to get in here to work on something. And the redstone, I try to fit as compact in there as possible. Can hop down here. Yeah, so basically, as you can see, it's pretty compacted in here. It's probably not as compact as it can get. I'm not really what I would consider an expert at redstone. I've learned most of my redstone just from watching videos on YouTube. of other YouTubers like Mumbo Jumbo and Tango Tech. But yeah, so maybe I should let the car go. But that's that for the redstone. Let's give this a test. Sadly, I can't. I'm gonna have to skip a lot, and I will come back on when the cows actually are grown. But let's give this. I tried to harvest as much wheat as I could. I don't know how much this is going to make, but let's give this a try. This is the first test. Anyway, we will get back to when it starts to fill up, so I'll just wait here, I guess. Okay, so it has started. I heard some cows die, and we do have some items coming in through here. Alright, so I do believe that is it. From that, we got 19 leather, 15 raw meat, and 23 cooked meat. It didn't split exactly as even as I thought it would, which is kind of strange. But that's alright, that's alright. It doesn't need to be exactly equal. I mean, it's fairly split for the most part. So basically, if we count all that, that's like 38 baby cows had to have, well, no, 38 because some of them drop up to 3, so, but we got 38 meat from that. But let's take the raw meat. Let me show you. If I just turn cooked off. I'm not sure if there's any other baby cows in there. So I dropped the raw meat in through there. It will come in through here. You should see it come in here. Just wait for it. There it is. So it'll start coming through there. Basically, the only one that's currently on, so this hopper will not go off. It'll hold the items and it'll only be transferred through there, which will produce only raw meat. So let's go back up. And then we just gotta wait for it. And here it comes. So then it'll just comes right back up. And basically when you change the switch, the opposite will happen. The meat will only go into the cooked portion. See? It's coming right back. And as you can see, none of it's getting cooked. But yeah, as you can see, 15 meat are back. And I'm going to actually keep cooked on and turn raw off because I really don't need the raw meat. I'm going to throw this back in there. I'll end up using the raw meat eventually once I have my little trading area, which will be useful because I know villagers love to trade meat, raw meat. So yeah, next time, since I was having a lot of issues coming up with the wheat for this farm, so I'm definitely going to need to make a lot of wheat. So next time, we are definitely going to be making a wheat farm. It will not fill up the entire episode because I imagine there won't be that much work involved in doing the wheat farm, since I'm not doing anything major, not much redstone. I think for the most part I'm just going to do a simple wheat farm. I don't know, maybe I will do redstone and make it so that the water harvests the wheat and then they go into oh, I forgot the word. What's the word that I'm looking for? The droppers? Droppers. This always happens to me. Every time I try to think of the word, I can't think of the damn freaking word. Well, yeah, anyway. Lots of words there. Until next time.